Hey, this is Kits and Snips, and today we will be building something quite special. This is the new line of 30-minute mission kits, this being the 30-minute fantasy, and the first of the line, the Liber Holy Knight. Now, this particular kit does include the base Liber Knight with the Holy Knight expansion. So, this is going to be the new base for the knights going forward in the 30-minute fantasy kit. When these kits were initially announced, I was quite excited as I am a sucker for fantasy. I loved Lord of the Rings growing up. I played a lot of D&D. So for me, it was just a no-brainer to have a fantasy style set of kits added to my collection, as it's always interesting and neat to see what new things Bandai thinks of for these kits. I was quite interested to see these kits because they do have a lot of customization options, and this being the first one to come out with the expansion kit, I really wanted to give it a try and see what it was all about, and was pleasantly surprised with just the amount of plastic you get with this kit. So, without too much further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build. getting this started, we're going to start off with the silhouette. The base kit, no armor. And I gotta say, the amount of detail on this kit is insane. I have built other 30-minute mission kits before, so I'm pretty familiar with the amount of detail they have, but this really does blow it out of the park. I was a little bit hesitant on the bands they have on the legs and the arms, as they do use those with the 30-minute sisters, so I was a little worried about how the armor might sit. Even more surprising than the actual detail is the height. I was not prepared for him to be so tall. He towers over the RX 78 in the high grade scale, which does have me a little worried about compatibility with other 30-minute mission parts, but I'm not going to complain about getting a bigger kit. And just to further drive home that point, here he is standing next to a Spinatio, and as you can see, he is quite a bit taller. Now, this does have me worried about 30-minute mission accessories with the scaling for this kit, but they do make bigger accessories for the 30-minute mission kits as well, but I think this might be my new go-to base when I want to add stuff to a 30-minute mission kit. And here it is with the Liber armor, and I gotta say, I am blown away with how this armor looks on this kit. The way they attach the armor is through those blue rings. They're secondary pieces that have peg holes that attach to it, and while on the 30-minute sisters they have been a little bit flimsy, on this they are super solid and don't move unless you move them. That and the way the shoulder pads are on, they're not attached to a peg, instead they're attached to the backpack, giving you more flexibility. It is just overall an outstanding way to put together a armor set. Moving on to the gear that's included with the Liber, you of course have a short sword and a very big shield. Now, this shield does have several different attachment pieces you can attach, so that you can either have it attached to the back, have it attached to the elbow, and it really does give you a lot of good options, as well as the sword has that 5mm peg in the center, so you can also attach it and hold it on the armor. And then moving on to the Holy Knight expansion pieces, you really get these very interesting injection golds, so they do look a little wavy, but all in all, it adds a nice bit of color to this otherwise very white kit, and it does look really cool, like a Holy Knight. And just so you can get that height comparison again, this kit is massive, and the add-ons for this really do add to its grandiose. Honestly, I am super excited to see what the other pieces in this line look like with them starting out with this kit. And that was before we even got onto the add-ons for the weapons, which make the short sword into a holy longsword and the shield into a holy emblem shield. While I didn't mention it when the silhouette was initially on the screen, it does have a blue gem in the chest piece that also attaches to the sword and the shield. They do give you extras, luckily, and it really does bring together this Holy Knight aesthetic. And that is everything. Now, I'm sure you could hear it in my voice this entire review. This kit is outstanding, and I am so excited for the other pieces of this line, as I said before, as the amount of customization you can get and what they have shown for these kits with the Dark Knight side of things, with the Archer and the Mage and the Barbarian. These are going to be a must have for anybody that loves fantasy and really wants to make their own take on the fantasy knight for model kits. I haven't seen another line that does anything really close to this outside, of course, of the 30-minute missions and the hex gears, but nothing that has done it on such a intricate scale that I'm super excited to get all of the individual armor pieces for And again, the Hexagear does do a good job. It's just not for me. This is going to be probably my favorite line of kits that I have built, and I've only built one so far. So with that glowing recommendation, if you see it, pick it up. I promise you, you will love everything about it. Music for this video was once again brought to you by Upbeat, not sponsored, with the song Pure Vibrance by Ian Osling. As always, link to the music will be in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. This kit was such an amazing surprise. I already had pretty high expectations going in, as I do love the 30-minute missions. I build them pretty consistently when I'm not building stuff for this channel, as I think they're just really cool. But this is the first real line of kits I have gotten my hands on where I know for a fact I'm going to get every single one. With the 30-minute missions, I do get a lot of them. I love the Spinatio line of kits, but this is the first time where I've really seen a release of kits where I don't want to miss a single one. And I know I've already sung its praises before, but do yourself the honor of building one of these kits, as it is spectacular. And I, again, just can't wait for the rest of this line to come out. If you did enjoy this video, a like goes a long way in helping other people see it. I know this is a relatively new line of kits, so I know there's not a lot of information on it, so I do hope we can at least get that information out there. And if you have any questions, ask. I'm more than happy to answer them in the comments below, as again, this is brand new off the presses for Bandai, and I'm sure you have some questions you want to ask before you drop $25 on a kit like this. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribe. I'm always going to be putting more videos out as things come out brand new. I'm trying to get them. Sometimes I got to wait for pre-orders. It's just how things are with Gundam. If you've ever bought one and you're getting them brand new, you know it takes forever for them to get to our side of the pond here in the United States. Same thing within the UK. But it takes a while for new stuff to get to us. So as it comes to me, as that new stuff comes off, and it's not premium Bandai, I'll be building it. And then, of course, the premium Bandais when I get them. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Kits and Snips signing out saying, have fun building.